Hello dear students, I welcome you to this class of English. Students, in today's session, I will be explaining you the literary devices of the poem A Legend of the Northland. So, let's proceed. So dear students, the poem conveys the message that as human beings, we should have positive qualities like affection, love, fellow feeling, sympathy, generosity, and a sense of sharing. The poet also brings forth the idea that people with negative inhuman values, selfishness, greed, and cruelty are ultimately punished, as the lady was punished. And now let's discuss the poetic devices. First is the rhyme scheme. Very easy to find. You just have to see the last word of each line. Now in this stanza, the last word of the first line is Northland, then few, winter, and then through. So we call Northland as A, few as B, winter C. A, B, C, since they do not sound like each other. And the last one is through. So few and through are quite similar. So the rhyme scheme will be A, B, C, B. And similarly, you can find out the rhyme scheme of all the stanzas. Second is enjambment. Enjambment means when lines run from one to the next without using any kind of punctuation mark, any kind of comma or full stop. So, as you can see in the first and the third line of this stanza, where no punctuation mark has been used. So, this poetic device is called enjambment. Fine. Now, the next is alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of a consonant sound in close connection. So many examples of alliteration can be found in this poem. In stanza 1 and 2, see the last line, that they cannot sleep them through. That and they. The sound is repeated here. Second stanza, second line, third line, and fourth line. Sledges when it snows. Sledges and snow. Sir sound is repeated. Look like bear's cubs. Look and like. L sound is repeated here. In their funny furry clothes. Funny and furry. Fur sound is repeated. Now from stanza 3 to 6. They tell them a curious story. They tell them, they and them. The sound is repeated. And yet you may learn a lesson. So in this line, two examples of alliteration can be found. Yet and you, your sound. May learn a lesson. Learn a lesson. La sound is repeated here. And being faint with fasting. Faint with fasting. Fa sound is repeated. For the day was almost done. Day and done. The sound is repeated here. Now look at stanzas 8 and 9. And still a smaller one. Still small. Sa sound is repeated. Then she took a tiny scrap of dough. Took and tiny. Ta sound is repeated. Now let's move to stanzas 10 and 11. My cakes that seem too small. Seem and small. Sa sound is repeated. In the next stanza, then good Saint Peter grew angry. Good and grew. G sound is repeated here. Then we have stanza 13. First line. Now you shall build as the birds do. So B sound is repeated in builds and birds. So, this repetition of a consonant sound in close connection is called alliteration. The next poetic device used in the poem is repetition, when words are repeated. Fine. Now, in stanza 1. Away, away in the Northland. Away is repeated. In stanza 9, rolled and rolled it flat. Rolled is repeated here. In stanza 13, by boring and boring and boring. As you can see, it has been repeated 3 times. And again in the stanza 16, the same word boring is being repeated 2 times. So this is called repetition. The next is anaphora, when 2 or more than 2 consecutive lines start with the same words. Now stanza 9. See the second and third line. They are starting with the same word and. So this will be an example of anaphora. And in stanza 12, the second and the third line again, they start with the same word to. To dwell in a human form, to have both food and shelter. So these two are the examples of anaphora. Next, we have simile. Simile means a comparison using like or as. In stanza 2, and the children look like bears' cubs. So, when the children wear their clothes made up of fur, they look like the bear's cubs. A comparison has been made between children and the bear cubs. So, simile is used. Now in stanza 9. And baked it thin as a wafer. Thin as a wafer. So the cake that the woman made is compared with a wafer. This is another example of a simile. Now stanza 13. Now you shall build as the birds do. So a comparison has been made between the woman and the birds, because now they will have to do the same effort. She will have to do the same amount of effort in making her whole and in getting her food as the birds do. Now stanza 15. Black as coal in the flame. So her color is compared with the color of a coal. So this is called simile. Fine. So that's all about the literary devices of the poem. Hope you have understood everything. Go through the poem once again and also revise the literary devices. Thank you.